Hello, everyone, and welcome to the daily, where I sit back and wait for my data limit to reset. It's getting close. It's getting close. I think it's 5 days away, and then I will have data again. But until then, you get to enjoy a meme by Steve parentheses PH in parentheses N. So it's probably Steven, but we cannot confirm. It's just a theory. But I have something that I'm going to tack on at the end of this video, and I'm going to leave it as a surprise for you all because I hope that you all enjoy it. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys another story. I realized something. I still work at the current establishment that I work at, which is Arby's. I can't say anything bad about Arby's because I'm contractually obligated not to. That being said, I do have 2.5 years of Wendy's experience that I'm free to share. And I didn't realize that until now. So, one day, probably not even 2 weeks after I started working at Wendy's, it was my first job, we had a massive power outage out in Athens, Ohio, which was just wonderful. And when that power outage occurred, a few places got power back really fast. Don't know how. Wendy's is next to a gas station, which is next to a McDonald's. That McDonald's did not have power. The Wendy's did. The Wendy's I worked at had ample power. And of course, you know, when the power goes out and you live in the middle of Appalachia, or I guess the beginning of it, where it's just you know, I refuse to describe the people that I live around, but you know, you live in that area. Walmart has power again. It gets power up pretty fast. It has backup generators and stuff. They'll be open. But you wouldn't want to go there, obviously. You wouldn't want to go and stock up on things that you can, like, actually eat food. That's food, while you wait for the power to come back on. Things that you can prepare, or maybe, you know, go outside and grill something, because, you know, why would you own a grill? I mean, obviously, there's so many burger fast food joints around. You don't need a grill. So they go to Wendy's instead. Walmart not so packed, but I was called in along with several other people. We were like doubly overstaffed that day, and I didn't have a car yet. I didn't have a license, so I walked half an hour to get there, and there was the counter, and then there's the dining area that's out like right behind the counter. It's just kind of one big box. This restaurant is designed as such. The customers are at the counter, and then they wind all the way around the wall of the entire dining room and then go out the door. I would say at least 200 people at any given point were waiting in line to order food. So we were going through things very fast. Things were just very hectic. It was a nightmare. And people were aggravated at us because it's our fault that they had to wait for food. And then this one individual came up. And mind you, we were going through things very fast. So everything, of course, is very fresh because we're constantly running out of it and having to make more of it. This guy came up and said his chili wasn't hot enough. And we were like, okay, we'll get you more chili. Just give us a moment, because, you know, there are 200 other people that are around. Things are just kind of a little hectic right now. Unfortunately, this wasn't me. Thank goodness, because I probably would have went to jail that day. But it was my coworker, Mr. Joe. And Joe said the wrong thing to him, apparently, because he took his chili, which was hot, in fact, and tossed it right at Joe, and smacked Joe right in the face with the chili. And it burned Joe, because the chili was actually hot. The guy was just an idiot. And so Joe leaped over the counter to punch him in the face. And I don't know, it was such a hectic day that he got to keep his job. So I don't know. I guess a lot of people didn't even notice that he did that. But yeah, that was that was something. Wendy's was a nightmare. I have plenty more stories, and I can't wait to share them all with you. But that's the end of this story, and I'm going to go ahead and tack on my surprise bonus footage at the end of this, so I hope you enjoy it, and until tomorrow, bye. People think that I do work, but I just sit in the office and like walk around and goof around, and that's all I do. I don't actually do work.